All right, good Saturday afternoon, everyone. This is Corey with G&G On Demand here in the Weather Center. It is 2:35 Eastern Time, 1:35 Central Time, and we are yet again going to be tracking the severe weather threat and a flooding threat here in the evening hours into tonight. So what you guys are seeing right here on the screen, this is the newest information from the Storm Prediction Center. They have highlighted all of western Kentucky and parts of central Kentucky here for the potential of a either severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch. And this is a 95% chance that they have circled here. So there will be a watch issued here relatively soon for all of western Kentucky and at least half of central Kentucky, if not a little bit more. And this is in response to severe weather that has already broken out here across portions of Missouri. Let me pull the radar up here real quick. Let me move it up. There we go. This is in response to this severe line of thunderstorms moving out of Arkansas into western Tennessee. We'll zoom in here just a little bit. And really what's going to happen here is this line of storms here is going to continue to press off to the northeast, and this will eventually work its way into portions of western and central Kentucky. So that is why the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted that same area here for the potential, or not really the potential. They've highlighted that area to let everybody know that there will be a watch issue here relatively soon. So that actually might come out while this video is ongoing. If it does, obviously I'll give that information to you guys. So pretty strong line of thunderstorms here moving into western Tennessee. It's right along the Mississippi River, getting ready to move into Memphis. This wind with this line of storms here is up to 80 miles an hour. So they've had observed wind gusts up to 80 miles an hour along this line. There's been several reports of wind damage. So this is where the strongest severe weather threat is going to be today, is here in western Tennessee. So don't want anybody to get too crazy. We're not expecting a super severe weather outbreak or anything like that. This is the newest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. This is just issued a few minutes ago. I guess it's been closer to an hour ago now. But we are in that level 2 risk, pretty much all of central Kentucky, part of western Kentucky, all the way up into the Bluegrass region. So level 2 risk, not a super high risk. Again, don't want to focus on the risk areas. You guys have heard me say that several times. We're going to focus on the threats. The threats is going to be some isolated damaging wind threat, maybe a quick spin-up tornado, and a little bit of hail. That is the extent of the severe weather threat. As you can see, the highest severe weather threat is going to be to the south and west across portions of western and into middle Tennessee. That severe weather threat slightly decreases as you get into Kentucky here. Just got a report out of Memphis. That line that's getting ready to move into Memphis. That line that's getting ready to move into Memphis, Tennessee. If we go back here to the radar real quickly, that line just had a report of a wind gust up to 90 miles an hour. So this is hurricane force winds moving into western Tennessee. That's a pretty big deal. So luckily for us, we're not going to be dealing with that. But nonetheless, that line is going to continue to progress here off to the north and east, and again that will eventually move into portions of south central Kentucky, western Kentucky, and we might even see this line kind of pick up in intensity up here in this area going into southern Missouri as well. So we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll see how that evolves as it progresses closer to central Kentucky. But again, Storm Prediction Center, this is the risk area. Slight risk, again, not expecting a big severe weather outbreak by no means, but severe weather threat is still there. Anytime there's a threat here in Kentucky, we've got to track it. So I'll keep an eye on the severe weather threat as we progress into this afternoon. A lot of people ask me what time. We're probably expecting this to get in here. Probably be a little bit after 3, 4 o'clock time frame, maybe a little bit later. We'll go over the latest data here from the HRRR model Futurecast radar here in just a second. The bigger threat that we're going to be looking at today, you guys could probably guess what that's going to be. And that's going to be your heavy rainfall threat. This is the Weather Prediction Center. They issue severe, flooding risk. Excessive rainfall outlook is what it's officially called. But it's the same thing the Storm Prediction Center does for severe thunderstorms. They have different risk categories, and this is the excessive rainfall outlook from the Weather Prediction Center, and they have all of central Kentucky in a moderate risk for flash flooding or excessive rainfall, and then a high risk from Bowling Green points to the south and west. So that's all of western Kentucky down there in the Paducah area. So that is a pretty big deal for them. Real quickly, a lot of people may not know what some of the risk categories are here. So that moderate risk there means there's at least a 40% chance of excessive rainfall that would lead to flash flooding. So that's a pretty big deal. We've been in a moderate risk at least twice over the past 5 days. Again, with that high risk, that area has the best chance to see flash flooding. But obviously, we've all seen several inches of rain, 6 to 8 plus inches of rain here over the past 3 days here in the central Kentucky area. So that's a pretty big deal. National Weather Service, this is the latest rainfall forecast that they produced this morning. This was issued at 4 o'clock this morning. Obviously, we've seen another wave of rainfall. So the amount you see on here, the forecast actually might be a little bit less, but nonetheless, still expecting around the same forecast. I'm expecting at least another 2 to 3 inches of rain here in the central Kentucky area. You get your higher amounts down there towards Bowling Green, Hopkinsville, Paducah, the same area that's under that high risk for excessive rainfall today. So pretty big deal. Another 2 to 3 inches of rain is going to produce some pretty significant flooding across the area, as if we already haven't seen that. It's just going to increase to the areas. The areas that's already seen flooding, it's just going to increase to that. Your water levels are going to be higher than what they are now. And again, that's going to be all through the overnight period and even into tomorrow. We're still expecting some rain tomorrow as well. Not anything major on the flooding aspect, but obviously at this point, any additional rainfall is going to cause issues here in central Kentucky. So let's get to the Futurecast model that we're looking at here. And this is just Futurecast radar. This is the same thing that you see on your TV if you go to any news station, a TV station, and you're watching their local meteorologist and they say, here's Futurecast radar, or here's Advanced Track. This is the same thing, except they've got fancier graphics than what we do. Still the same information. So this is Futurecast radar. This is what is going on right now. This is 2 o'clock Central Time. And just like I told you guys, that watch from the Storm Prediction Center would probably be issued while I was live, and they just issued that. So let's see what areas are included here real quick. I'll get that tornado watch up for you guys in just a second. Just want to real quickly look. So that's going to be a little bit more to the south. Local counties is going to be Metcalfe, Barron, and it looks like Metcalfe, Barron, Clinton County, Monroe, Allen, Simpson. So basically south central Kentucky is what's going to be included with that tornado watch. So that's a little bit of good news. That tells me that the Storm Prediction Center thinks that line's going to stay a little bit more to the south. We'll get back into that here in just a second. But this is Futurecast radar here, and this is 2 o'clock Central Time about what's going on right now. We get into the 3, 4, 5 o'clock time frame. You see some stronger storms down here in the south central Kentucky area near Clarksville, getting ready to work its way up into Bowling Green. And again, that's 5 o'clock Central Time. We get into the 6 o'clock time frame, 7 o'clock time frame. And again, if you look at the radar, the stronger cells, it appears that they stay down into the south central Kentucky area. And that's going to reflect that tornado watch when I get that to you guys here in just a second. But it does look like the stronger cells is going to stay at least south of the Western Kentucky Bluegrass Parkways. And then you have another, looks like another area of strong thunderstorm activity around 8 p.m. Central Time in the Bowling Green area. And then after 9, it looks like the severe weather threat really shuts down. You see some stronger cells down there around the Nashville, Tennessee area. Again, that's the area that has the higher severe weather threat. But looks like at least around 8, 9 p.m. is when that severe weather threat really basically goes to zero, and then we really transition to the heavy rain threat. You see the heavy rain continues all the way through 1, 2, this is 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. It finally moves out, and then we have some more rain that kind of develops on the backside of this system that will come in later Sunday afternoon. So HRRR model, this is total rainfall accumulated over the next 18 hours. Looks like around another close to 2 inches. You get your higher amounts down here, 3, 4 inches as you get towards Bowling Green, and then places off toward Western Kentucky. So that's a pretty big deal for them as well. But again, another 2 to 3 inches of rain here expected according to the HRRR model. You go to the latest RAP. Let's see if it's updated. This is the latest RAP model. It's a little bit more aggressive. It's showing around the 3-inch mark here for much of Kentucky, and then you get closer to the 4 and 5-inch marks over here in Western Kentucky. Again, 2 to 3 inches of rainfall is kind of what I'm expected to see. And with all the rain we've seen over the past 4 days, 2 to 3 inches of rainfall will 100% cause more flooding issues. Anything additional that we see from this point forward is going to be a big deal. So your flooding threat's going to continue. Again, if you live in those low-lying areas, your flood-prone areas, poor drainage areas, obviously you guys have seen issues multiple times over the past several days. You're going to continue to see those into the rest of the day, into tonight, into tomorrow, probably into Monday as well. So that's going to be a pretty big deal. So let's go back here to the radar real quick, and then I'll get that tornado watch up for you guys. Let's see here. There we go. So we go back in here to the radar. So that tornado watch that was issued, I'll get the official graphic up for you guys here in a second, but it's approximately this area right here is that tornado watch that was issued. So that's basically going to be on the leading edge of this line. So this is the area that the Storm Prediction Center feels that this line will kind of track. So again, it's pretty much south central Kentucky here. Northern Kentucky, the north central part of Kentucky does not look like it will be infected primarily by that line. But still, very dangerous storms down here in moving into western Tennessee right now as we speak. So as you guys are watching the radar, let me go ahead and get that newest tornado watch graphic app for you guys. And it will take me just a second. It won't take me nothing terribly too long, but I'll be able to get that to you guys relatively quickly. Shouldn't take me too long here. I think that's got it right there. Sure does. And let me just expand this for you guys. And if I can grab the right thing there, boom. So that's the Spanish version, but you guys get the the gist there. So this is the tornado, the Spanish version of the tornado watch. This is in effect until 9 o'clock Central Time. Again, all of South Central Kentucky here. Your Clinton County area, Metcalfe, Barron, Simpson, Allen, Monroe, Warren, Edmonton, Butler County. This does not include Greene, Taylor, Adair, Hart, LaRue, Nelson, Marion, or Washington. The only local area is Barron and Metcalfe County. So, as far as tornado watch being extended, I don't see it being extended any farther to the north. Maybe Hart, Greene, Taylor, Adair, Casey, and Russell, maybe they get, extended into that, but it really just depends on how far north this line of storms travels. So we pull the storms back up. We'll do a zoom out here, And let me put a pause on the radar. So our local area here in central Kentucky is right here. This little black circle that I'm circling in the upper right-hand corner. And this is the line of storms that is going to produce severe weather. So how far north does it travel? How far north of this northern section of this line here that I'm circling, does it develop into some stronger storm activity as well? Or does it kind of stay on the weaker phase? So that's kind of what we're watching here on the current trajectory. Again, it's going to be somewhere in this area here. This is going to be the prime zone. It's going to be western Tennessee, middle Tennessee, and then as it continues to progress to the east, it will begin to weaken at some point. We don't have the ingredients here in central Kentucky and eastern Kentucky, and then as you get into eastern Tennessee, they don't have the ingredients that, say, western and middle Tennessee have. So there will be some weakening a little bit as it gets, further to the east. But South Central Kentucky is in this zone, and that's where that tornado watch reflects. But as far as Greene and Taylor County, it really just depends on how this line evolves. Does it strengthen? Does it weaken? Does it kind of pulse up and down? We don't really know just yet, but that's what we're going to be watching. So again, not a super, super high severe weather threat, but nonetheless, anytime we have severe weather here in Central Kentucky, we've got to monitor all the latest information. So, with that being said, that is your weather update for this afternoon here at 2:51 Eastern Time. Again, this is Corey with G&G On Demand here in the Weather Center. I'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest. Stay tuned to my Facebook page or G&G On Demand as well as all my other platforms. Corey Houck on TikTok, YouTube, and Kentucky Weather Connection, which is my weather page on Facebook as well. So, I'll keep you guys